YouTube, what is good, and welcome back to the channel. JD here, bringing you a weekly recap of everything going on in the sneaker world. This week's video is going to be a little bit different though, because we're just going to be focusing on one topic. And in case you haven't heard, that is of course Adidas cutting ties with Kanye. Adidas will be no longer producing Yeezys. We're going to break down this story as much as possible, get into what this means for Kanye, what this means for Adidas, and much more. But first, if this is your first time here, my name is Josh. I do sneaker content. I'm dropping at least 3 videos a week, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. The links to all of my socials as well as my podcasts are also in the description. Check it out. So let's get into it. Huge news out of Germany. Adidas put out this press release announcing that they have terminated its relationship with Kanye West, which isn't all that surprising considering everything that's been going on right now with Kanye. But let's break down this statement here. So the first paragraph pretty much just talks about why Adidas decided to cut ties. You may have heard that Ye has been saying some pretty nasty stuff in the media lately, including some very anti-Semitic comments, and he's really angered a lot of people, and it looks like the brands have started to respond. Earlier in the week, we saw Balenciaga officially cut ties with the artist, so it was honestly a matter of time before Adidas did the same. They did announce a few weeks earlier that they were reviewing their relationship with Kanye. It also seems like Kanye wasn't really expecting this, at least based on what he said earlier in the week.
The thing about it, me and Adidas, is like, I could literally say anti-Semitic shit and they can't drop me. I could say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me. Now what?
What now? Well, now you got dropped, Ye. Now, I've seen some people say that this is all part of Kanye's master plan. He wanted to end his contract early. He's been saying that all year long, that maybe he said all those things just to force Adidas's hand, force them to finally end that deal. And now he's gotten what he wanted. Of course, it's impossible to know what Ye is really thinking. Was this all part of his plan? We'll never know. Reading further into the statement, so it says, after a thorough review, the company has taken the decision to terminate the partnership with Ye immediately, end production of Yeezy branded products, and stop all payments to Ye and his companies. Adidas will stop the Adidas Yeezy business with immediate effect. So yes, guys, this is exactly how it sounds. So Adidas will stop using the Yeezy name going forward. There will no longer be any Yeezys being produced by Adidas. In fact, I went on the Confirmed app today and noticed immediately that all Yeezys have been removed from the app. And this is, of course, huge news. I don't think we're going to be seeing Yeezys for a long time, and I'm talking about the Yeezys that we're used to. Yeezys being mass produced by big sneaker companies. It was Adidas, before it was Nike. Like, I don't see Ye now going and signing with New Balance. He's got so much negative attention on him right now that I don't think any major sneaker brand wants anything to do with him. So I do not think we're going to be seeing Yeezys produced in mass quantities anytime soon. The statement further goes on to say that this is expected to have a short-term negative impact of up to 250 million euros on the company's net income in 2022, given the high seasonality of the fourth quarter. And that is crazy. They're talking about the impact of just 1 quarter alone, 250 million euros. And who knows how bad the long-term financial implications are going to be of this decision. We already heard rumors that the Pirate Black 350s were going to restock on Black Friday. And usually leading up to Christmas, Adidas really starts pumping out those Yeezys. But we're not going to be seeing that this year. So clearly a very expensive decision by Adidas here. Now, Adidas have historically always had some sneakers that sell very well every single year. Whether it be the Stan Smiths, the Superstars, the Sambas, Gazelles. They already have a pretty strong catalog of shoes. However, we cannot deny and understate the effect that Kanye has had on Adidas over the last few years. He really catapulted them into mainstream sneaker culture. Who can forget 2016, 2017, people losing their minds over 350s. And over the last few years, Adidas's profits have gone sky high, and Kanye has become a multi-billionaire. So it was clearly a partnership that benefited both of them. They also both managed to deliver on that promise of making sure that there were Yeezys for everyone, because Yeezys honestly became quite easy to cop over the last couple of years. Even my parents were wearing Yeezys, my uncles and aunts were wearing Yeezys. So it's honestly quite sad to see all of this come to an end. I don't see any winners here. It seems like just a bunch of L's got handed out. Adidas, Kanye, sneakerheads, in my opinion, everybody's losing. The last part of the statement is what was most interesting to me, however. So it says Adidas is the sole owner of all design rights to existing products, as well as previous and new colorways under the partnership. Now that is a very important statement because it means 2 things. The first is a clear message to Kanye West. He's not allowed to go to another brand and make the same shoes. He can't even make the same shoes himself. He's not allowed to use any of these existing designs and sell them because Adidas owns the right to all of those designs. So that is very bad news for Kanye West. Now, Kanye and Yeezy brand have released a lot of new models over the last few years, but if we're talking about their bread and butter models, it's got to be the 350 V2, and you can also throw the slides into that category. Both of these models, regardless of the colorway, they sell out every time. They're very popular with people, and they're the biggest reasons why Kanye has become a billionaire. So for him to not be allowed to manufacture 350s anywhere else or Yeezy slides, that's not good. That is a pretty big L for Kanye. And by that, I don't mean shoes like the Adifoam Q, which is based off of a Yeezy, but it's not really a Yeezy. I'm saying Adidas could, for example, release a foam runner, just remove the Yeezy branding from it and call it an Adidas foam runner. Because according to that statement, that's what they're allowed to do. So it's pretty interesting. So at least based off of this official statement, it seems like Kanye is really the one that took the biggest L out of this partnership ending. I'm not taking any sides here. I'm just interpreting what I'm reading. Let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think? Who won, who lost? Did we all lose? And another thing that everybody wants to know is, what does this all mean for Yeezy resale prices?
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
So since this news came out, and it's only been about a few hours now, I have noticed a couple of things. I've noticed that the prices have started to creep up for some of the recent releases, for example, the 350 V2 Salt colorway. However, if I'm looking at some prior releases, like for example, the Beluga Reflectives that came out last year, the Core Red 350s, even some more popular Foam Runner colorways, at least currently the prices haven't really spiked. They're kind of at that same level. Another thing that I've noticed today is that a lot of stores that seem to have some random leftover Yeezy stock, they've just been releasing them online, shock dropping them. The Discord sneaker reselling groups were going crazy today. I wonder if they were panic selling or if Adidas instructed them to do it. Either way, all of that extra stock coming into the market should balance out the prices in the short term, I think. But more medium to long term, now this is just my opinion, I could be wrong of course, but I actually don't see prices rising too dramatically for a few reasons. So first of all, wearing Yeezys right now is about as unpopular as it's ever been. Will that change in the future? Maybe, but what I do know is right now, people are a little bit confused about whether or not they should be wearing Yeezys. Second of all, based on what we talked about earlier with Adidas owning the design rights, it's still pretty unclear whether or not Adidas will continue to release shoes that look exactly like Yeezys, except just remove the Yeezy branding on it. And if they continue to do that, then I don't think people are generally gonna care. If the shoe looks exactly like a foam runner or just doesn't say Yeezy on it, I still think people are gonna buy them. And finally, this is more big picture stuff. We all know that right now sneaker reselling prices are nowhere near what it used to be like just last year. Inflation right now, out of control. People are worried about paying their gas bills, they're worried about paying their groceries, and none of that is gonna change because Kanye left Adidas. And all of these factors combining, I think will stop the prices from increasing too much like they did, for example, after Virgil's death. We saw what happened with the Off-White prices. Like, I don't think we're gonna see that 200, 300% increase overnight in any of these Yeezys. I could be wrong, of course. Let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think will happen with current Yeezy resale prices? Are you guys gonna try to scoop up some Yeezys before they go away forever? Let me know. And what do you guys think is next for Yeezy and next for Adidas? We'll cover this a bit more in our podcast too, so make sure you guys are subscribed to that. Link is in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already done so. I'll see you guys next time.